I say mic check, 1 2 y'all. You see the title on there, mic check, 1 2 y'all. You see the title on there, man. I'm live and direct. Blessed to see a whole nother day, a brand new day. I'm gonna put my grandfather's hat on while I'm in my grandfather's room, continuing with my grandfather's business. Mic check, man. Peace, light, and love to everybody that can hear me. While it ain't nobody but us in here, TikTok, it's just me and you, TikTok. I want to say to you, TikTok, we appreciate the platform and the opportunity to use your platform to connect with like-minded individuals. Talking to the TikTok monitors first. We appreciate the use of the platform, TikTok, and us being able to connect with like-minded individuals on your platform. So with this understood, TikTok, we're going to respect your platform. We're not going to be on here bullying and bringing no rain and pain and darkness. We gonna bring light, love, understanding, and peace, and maybe even a little bit of entertainment. What's happening? Everybody that can see me, they can hear me. Light and love to everybody, to you and yours. I'm talking about good health, spiritually, mentally, and physically. May the light shine on you and the love come forth from your heart and your mind and on your relationships and your loved ones and your family members. Good health, vibration, and all that on you. Sprinkle it on you right quick. What's happening, y'all? I'm feeling great. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling wonderful on this brand new day that I'm able to see. Ain't nobody seen this day before. Let me say it. Ain't nobody seen it today. Ain't nobody seen the day before. Ain't nobody experienced the day before. Ain't nobody heard. You don't know what's coming around the next corner, what's going to happen in the next moment. So we've been given this gift called existence, that's called the present, and each moment of it is always new. This is what we exist in. You see the title though. Christianity don't save. Don't save nobody. You see the title, and it's intended to trigger people today. So trigger warning to the Christians. You finna hear something that's gonna trigger you in this live. And if you have not begun the process of deconstructing the Bible or deconstructing your religious beliefs, you may need to scroll on because you may not want this here. But if you have begun the process of deconstructing and you starting to come away from the religion, but you still want to understand the inner workings of life, reality, the Bible, the kingdom, this is the place for you. I want to start off by sharing with y'all some good news, y'all. I found my son. I hadn't seen my son. I keep telling y'all 13 years ago the revelation started. Well, 13 years ago was also the last time I saw my son. We've been doing a community garden. I'm going to tell this story to the people that's in here. Peace. Listen to this story. Check this confirmation out. And I'm a witness. I'm not finna tell you about a miracle I heard about. I'm not finna tell you about a report of a translation, of a transliteration of a miracle. And let me address this title. You're not being saved from not being a Christian. You're being saved from the dark. Let me repeat that. You're not being saved from not being a Christian. It's not what it is. Heaven is not a, like somebody say, heaven, what they call heaven is not a private social club for Christians. That's not what's going on. You're not being saved from not being a Christian. So if they trying to convert you into their ideology for the sake of salvation, something is wrong from the very get-go. What you're being saved from is the dark. Ignorance, not knowing, not understanding who you are, where you are, or what you're here to do. And running around here deaf, dumb, and blind. It's what you're being saved from. You're not being saved from not being a Christian. But before I go there, let me pause and take you down to this story that I'm finna give you so we can understand that the Most High is real, synchronicity is real, and the teacher will appear when the student is ready. And if the student ain't ready for to be taught, it ain't gonna be no teacher in front of them. You're gonna have entertainers in front of you till you ready to start learning. So, hadn't seen my son in 13 years. We started doing a garden at the ranch. And the plan is to make the garden something that the community can benefit from. So we was going back and forth to Home Depot to get supplies, to get Miracle Grow and seedlings and stuff like this. So I walking in, and as I walk, this is some stuff I don't share with y'all, but I'm gonna share it with you now. Ever since I hadn't seen my son 13 years ago, everywhere I see a young man, I would look at him to make sure, is this my son? And as I pull in this parking lot, I see a young dude getting out work, and I'm checking him out, making sure, is this my son? And as I'm doing that, it hit me that I'm having to do this. And I say to myself, man, I hope none of my partners don't ever have to go through having to search in the faces of young men to see if that's their son. I hope they never have to experience what this feel like. So I go in the Home Depot with this on my mind. I see the dude behind the counter, and I say, yeah, it'll be somebody around that young dude age right there. It'll be something right up. I go get what I'm going to get, and I pull up on him. He say he knew who I was. But as I get closer to him, because I done got my Miracle Grow, I said I went and got me some Miracle Grow. I said I went and got me some Miracle Grow. And the young man at the counter that's checking me out is my son. And I look at him. Hey, man, is your name such and such? Your mama's name such and such, ain't it? Man, I'm your daddy, man. And there's people in the line, I don't know what his response gonna be if he hate me. We haven't spoken, we haven't seen each other. I don't know how he gonna feel, but I just go with what my heart say. Hey man, you mind if I give you a hug? I gotta touch it. I got to make sure it's real. Then I'm hugging him for a long time. I'm just telling man, hey man, I'm sorry, man. I love you, man. I've been praying to God for this moment. And here it is right here. And there's people in the line now. I'm starting to understand. Wait a minute, you at Home Depot and the boys at work. So okay, let him go. Looking at him like, hey man, I'm shaking. Go on, ring me up. I ain't get everything I'm supposed to come to get. He ring me up. I'm 42 years old. He's 24. When he ring me up, the price was $42. It was a lot going on. Ambulance, fire truck done pull up on the scene. A lot of energy was just jumping out. It was like, man, it's a lot going on. So I say, hey, man, what time you getting out? He tell me what time he get off. I'm back up there. Come on, we finna ride. And we jump in the ride and we kick it. I take him home, pick him up yesterday. We kicked it out yesterday. He went to see great grandmothers and cousins and stuff like this here. And we gonna do it again today. He say he wanna help with the garden that we got going. So for the people that can't read and can't see, I wear this shirt. You'll see me wear the same clothes over and over every time I do these live before I get into showing you Christianity don't save nobody. And there's a lot of people right now telling them Jesus saved. They telling our people right now Jesus is going to save them. If Jesus was to pull up on them right now, they wouldn't even know who he was. I said, it's people on this platform right now telling my people Jesus is going to save them. If Jesus were to walk up on them right now, they wouldn't recognize him. This is true. Not making this up. Son, it's true. They doing it with a straight face. They gonna tell you everything about Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Paul, Moses, Daniel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, except what they look like. I'm gonna tell you, get away from me. Cause you can't possibly tell me everything about these people. But when I ask you what it look like, you tell me it don't matter. Hey man, you not an eyewitness, are you? You just giving me a report of a translation that you believe. You're not a witness to nothing that you're talking about. But let me not get off top. Let me show y'all why I wear the same clothes every time y'all see me on this live. I have other clothes. It's called a uniform. UNI form. I must just start now. It's time to start bringing the stuff out so y'all can start seeing what's been in front of you the whole time. For those who don't know how to see, for those who don't know how to read, you may know how to read alphabets that you were given, but you don't know how to read signs. So I rise early and come before you and plead with you daily. And I come and I plead with you daily wearing the same thing every time you see me pull up. And sometime it'll be a Tupac sweater and it'll have poetic justice on the sleeve. Cause we opening the books and judgment is taking place. It doesn't matter if you are conscious and aware. The way this thing work, y'all, you don't have to be conscious and aware of what's going on for that to be going on. You do know that, right? It's not predicated on whether you acknowledge it and recognize it. Only thing that it is supposed to happen, and it is happening, and it's recorded it happened, regardless of if you recognize what was happening or not, is happening. So let me help you understand what this shirt say. So this shirt says District Hub. This is another shirt you see me wear a lot when I speak. And it says District Hub. And you can look District Hub up for yourself, but if not, I'm finna read it to you off the shirt because the definition is built in. So we say a district hub is a place where entrepreneurs work together, collaborate, and form communities and form community, their influence sometimes so great that they make cities where they are installed, leading entrepreneurship centers. So at the end of it, because I don't get on here to complain, I don't get on here to preach. I'm solution oriented, and the solution is ownership. We have to own our own. We got to own our own land, and we have to build our own communities based on our needs. Because you have communities that's been built for you based on you being a consumer. So you moved into communities that have already been set up and designed for you to come in, sit down, and consume. I'm saying that we can do the same thing for ourselves, but we just got to eliminate the chaff from the wheat because some people just scary and want to depend on the system and they don't want to do for self. They don't want to. If us talking about coming together and empowering ourselves because they secretly work for the system, they trying to find ways to discourage and distract from that. And so what we do on this platform, as we give you the truth, we also give you solutions to the issue. We got to come together and own our own land. So what we've been doing is coming together and having meetings about where we want to get this land and what we gonna do when we get it. If you want to contribute to that, hey man, it's Medusa is in here, and this is where she practices helping us get ourselves organized. This divine feminine energy that she's installed into what we doing, because it went from just me Bible battling religious people to actually showing and demonstrating people in the book how they've been deceived, and then saying, well, what we gonna do about it? We gonna make our own. That's what we've always done about it. This is the answer to the problem. But when it come to us, it's been a lot done to us psychologically by way of this book, by way of this religion called Christianity. So let me get into it without any further ado. All you Christians and you fake, phony, false pastors. I seen somebody on here today, and this title said, Jesus saves, the law doesn't. And so I'm gonna revisit this topic when I stress to you Christianity don't save. If what you first you got to understand what salvation is and what you being saved from. You being saved from the dark. Because in the darkness is confusion and ignorance and hatred and death. And you being saved from that, and what saved you from the dark is light. So you've been called the light of the world. I don't know if you understood what that meant, if you think you're a walking, talking light bulb. I don't know if you get it. But it's been told to you that you are the light of the world. Now, we just said what you're being saved from is darkness. But you don't know there's no light in you, and you don't know how to let your light shine. What is the light? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who? The Most High. Where is the Most High located? Within you. Let's repeat that, because some people they God got to be in the book, they God got to be in the sky, they God got to be in the past somewhere that live and he was perfect anywhere but inside of them. I'm going to repeat it because Christianity got my people lost in the sauce from talking about running around here backwards. Unless we're going to get to this law too. But I'm going to speak plain today. I want to speak plain today. And we're going to use a little bit of common sense. I know that's frowned upon in religion, using a little bit of common sense. But we're going to have to do so because y'all keep lying on my father. You keep lying on my heritage. You just lying. And I'm sick of hearing you lie. When you say Jesus saves and the law doesn't, that would assume that people was dependent on the law for their soul salvation. That's what you assume, as if you preaching and teaching the concept of law like you do your religion. This is the first misconception that our people have when you hear the term law. You think religion. Cause I just saw a fake phony false pastor tell you that the law don't save you, as if our people ever look to the law for your soul. Do you look to the Bill of Rights in the Constitution for your soul salvation? Do you? It mentioned God in it. It got the word God in it. Are these religious documents? They got the word God in them. If you obey the Bill of Rights and if you obey the Constitution, do that mean you fulfill the Constitution and you fulfill the Bill of Rights? So now they become null and void? Is that how they work? Is that how law work? That if you obey the law and you carry out the letters of the law, that the law cease to exist because you obeyed it. Is that how law work? So we got somebody speaking about law that don't even know how law work, to the point where people think they need to be saved from their law. This is how far gone Christianity has taken the people, that our people think their law is something they need to come out of while they participate in the laws of foreign nations and follow them to the T. But your own law, that ain't gonna save you. But the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, you can depend on that. Oh, it's not the same. This what you finna fix your face to tell me that that's not the same. Cause you know, Uncle Sam in the United States, they are capable of making a law that's independent of religion and they can govern all religions regardless of what religion you practice. But your people, nah, they couldn't do that. So the laws, you had laws that was applied to foreigners, that was applied to the priests, that was applied to the prophet, that was applied to the king. It just like your laws now have different laws for torches for dealing with corporations. You dig what I'm saying? And then you got the bar that's dealing with the law for lawyers. And then you got the common law that's dealing with the common people. I mean, if the United States can do it, Russia can do it, China can do it, but you niggas, y'all ain't never been able to do none of that. Y'all had a law, but y'all law you had to follow the religion to be. They lying on you, baby. They lying on you. They got their whole Constitution and Bill of Rights from our law. They learn how to govern their people from us. They learn how to make laws that govern people regardless of their religious beliefs from us. You don't believe it, huh? They told you your history started as a slave. That's not my fault. That's not my fault that they told you your history started as a slave. I don't got nothing to do with what they put in their school books that they taught you. Then you got the Big Spell book, the King James, the first broadcast to ever hit the scene. It was you know what you broadcast because you cast spells. And the broadcast is when you put it in front of a lot of people at one time. But when they came with the print press, this was the first thing they pressed up. It was a broadcast. And when you got this broadcast right here, you forgot how to read signs. The only thing you know how to read is what King James said. You can't read signs. I ain't a Christian in here I done met know how to read signs. They think signs is evil to read, that you can't read nothing but what King James said you could read. But even your books say Most High gave you signs to read. And the signs that you were given to read, guess how they move and they operate under a certain law. They don't never go off the course of the law that they set under. They stick to the law. I said the signs that you was given, they move by way of a law. And it's the law that make them move the way they move, because it's the law that bind a body, that make a body able. It's the law that make your elbow move like this. And if you try to move against your law, it's gonna break and hurt your body. It's not a religion. It's just the way your body works. Oh, but they teaching religion and they preaching religion to you, huh? Because you think a religion, a religious belief is what we here to get. So when we deal with the law though, let's deal with the law. And let me help you understand why your religion is so afraid of law. I'm gonna help you understand why your religion, Christians, is so afraid of law, because none of the testimony of your religion, of the so-called witnesses, is admissible in law, because they contradict each other. See, if for you to be an eyewitness, your story's got to be the same. You can't say something happened on one day, then turn around and this person that say he was an eyewitness say the event happened on this day. That means either one of y'all is lying, or both of y'all is lying and the event never took place. But if we gonna deal with the law and we gonna open these law books, we require at least 2 witnesses for what you saying to be true. You brought 4 and all 4 of them contradict each other. So we can't even admit this in the court of law. It won't hold up. So in order to get this across, you have to get rid of the law and say, we not holding this up to the criteria of the law. I know, because you can't, because your witnesses contradict each other. You bet not. This one, your 4 gospels don't stand up in no court as an eyewitness account. It can't. They contradict each other. So you just telling the story that you want me to believe. But if we got to bring out the law to establish, see, the law give us a criteria to establish whether your report is true or false. The criteria of the law say you got to have at least 2 people and they got to tell the same story for it to corroborate as true, and we can look at y'all as eyewitnesses. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John failed the test according to the law. They fail. So we can't submit them in court as eyewitness accounts. Now you can present them as stories and people can believe it or not on their own volition. But as far as under the criteria of law, they fail miserably. So what do they have to do? Well, we have to get rid of the validity of the law. We have to say that the law is no longer valid, so that our testimony can be accepted as true. Because under the law is false, fake, and phony, and will be thrown out. Witnesses convicted for perjury. Y'all sit up in here wasting the court timeline of us. All 4 of you got different versions of the so-called same story that you're witness to. Then to complicate things, you have in 2024 preachers and pastors telling you these stories as if they were eyewitnesses to them. Their testimony is false according to law, because they were not witness, and according to law, what they are doing is giving a false testimony. So hell yeah, they gonna run from the law, because what they doing is representing lawlessness. What they doing can only hold up outside of law, because it's lawless. You spreading a bunch of lies and claiming it as eyewitness testimony. They contradict each other. You can't do that in the law. You can do it with religion all day long. But we gonna hold you to a certain standard on this law, and we've all agreed this is how we rock, and this is how we establish what the truth is. Your religion don't have that criteria. So I came and I told you the story of me meeting my son 13 years ago, and 13 years ago this stuff. But it's witnesses though. It's witnesses that the state, yeah, what he's telling you is true. He didn't see his boy 13 years, and then all of a sudden, right before this eclipse, he run back into him. He's 42, his son is 24, and when he got ready to cash out, the amount was 42. I'm 42. I'm a witness. I don't believe in coincidence. I haven't experienced a coincidence yet. I see signs and read them. But the signs, this is how awesome, this is how wise the Most High is. None of the signs I was given require an alphabet. It require observation and attention. That's it. Yours, you got to have King James permission, and what King James told you was valid. So you think your authority, a lot of Christians say that the book is the authority on this earth. Your book don't even say that. A lot of Christians think, see, if you do fall into the low vibration activity, not I ain't talking to the people that take upon the responsibility in the task of enlightening the people. I'm talking about when we Bible battle people with no, I'm talking about it's not gonna edify in the least at all. We really wasting our time because they think that the Bible has the authority in the dynamics of the exchange. They really think that the Bible is the authority. Christians, you think that, don't you? Well, I'm gonna show you in your Bible. I've been showing this the last few days, but I'm gonna show it again that it doesn't. In your Bible, I'm gonna use your Bible to show you that your Bible don't have authority on this earth. Your Bible has authority in the world, not on the earth. You may not know the difference between the earth that the Most High created, the heavens and the earth that the Most High created, and the world that your Lord created, because the Lord created the world. He's the God of it. That may be who you worshiping, and that may be why the book that you got from him is your point of authority. Your highest authority is the book you got from the God that you worship. But the creator of the heavens and the earth, though, Most High Father, Most High Mother, yeah, them. I said them. That's right, because it's in the Bible. I read. You believe in the Bible. I know it. So it's talking about them. You know, Elohim, God, is a plural word. Them. Yeah, the them that created the heavens and the earth. Let me show you what they did with it, because the ones that created the heavens and the earth are the ones that can pass on the authority of it. And them the ones that can set it in place, who have what dominion and authority, because they are the originators or the creators of it. So at this point, it's still their possession. Let's see what they're going to do with it. I'm going to read, you know where I'm going. I'm going to the place that Christians hate going. Y'all need to take this part out your Bible. You shouldn't even have this part in your Bible because you can't stand what's in it. It's what you call the Old Testament. In the book of Genesis, the first chapter of the first book, the word Bible means book. Holy means set apart. It has a dual meaning. Either you are set apart to be judged or you are set apart to judge. If you are set apart to judge, it's going to be revealed in your DNA, in your lineage, in your understanding. If you are set apart to be judged, again, it's going to be made evident in your lack of understanding. These are who is going to open up the books and tell you what's what. You wouldn't, it's okay to help you understand this, because I know you looking at this skin and you looking at what you've been taught about niggas, and it's hard for you to accept such high, lofty conversation from someone you consider so low for so long. But just like you wouldn't expect a person to walk out of the street and walk in the Supreme Court and open up a law book and start lawyering for you, that person would have had to at least have been trained and gone through 8 years of schooling. You wouldn't let nobody just walk in off the street and say, I'm feeling it today, and pick up the law book and start deciding on the terms and conditions of your lease on your mortgage, would you? You would have to have somebody qualified to deal with that law book in the components of law before they can work on your contract. Can't nobody just go and, well, I know how to read and I know what words mean, so I'm going to get your contract. No, you not neither. I want a lawyer for that. That's what Levites are. And them are the ones that interpret and apply the law. Your lawyers are Levites. We judge things not according to religion. We don't care what religion you practice. We judge it according to law. Same thing your lawyers do now. But it's because it's us, though, and we got this psychological hang up about anything that originated from us have to be validated by our enemies and oppressors first before we can go with it. We not even waiting on you no more. Wait on them. Get over there with them and wait with them. We not even waiting on you to get it no more. We know who you really work for and with. We got it. We showing our people how they keep playing with these word games. So let me first show you who have authority. So that when I speak, you understand the difference between speaking and talking. I'm speaking. And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea. So the word dominion, we looked this word up. It means supreme authority. Who have supreme authority here? Let us make man in our image after our likeness and let them. Why do we say let them have dominion? Because the male is not placed over the female in the kingdom. And the female is not placed over the male. So it's them. Let them have dominion here. Okay, so to help the Christians understand this, because they don't get this part. And God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. And let the Bible have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the... Is that what the book say? No, that ain't what the book say. Let us make man in our image after our likeness and let the New Testament have dominion over the fish. No, that's not what it say. It say, let us make man in our image after our likeness and let them have dominion. So when they come to me or your book, guess who got the authority? Don't get mad at me because you don't understand what's in your book. And you let these people pull up on you and tell you they book have the authority over you. This why the book don't have any authority over you. Nothing that they read in this book that they telling you about and beating you over the head with and threatening you with, they not an eyewitness to none of it. They can't give no testimony regarding it because they not a witness to it. Their testimony is hearsay. So on who we dealing with that's have the sure ground, you that's standing on your experience that you've experienced, that you are living through at the moment, or them reading the transliteration of a translation of a report that they not a witness of. Who have the authority? Whose word is most sure? Now the problem is you don't believe in yourself. They got you not to believe in you and to doubt yourself. Believe in the book. Don't doubt the book. Accept the book. But anything that's coming from you, in and out of you, don't believe, don't accept, question. It might be bad because you know you ain't shit. You ain't never been nothing. And you come from slaves and you ain't never invented nothing. And you ain't gonna never be nothing. And you ain't never had nothing. And you people was swinging on vines in the jungle and had to be civilized. And Christianity is what civilized your people. Thank God for the oppressors and white Jesus. Is this where we at? Because you think of this way about yourself, it's easy for your enemy to put, let's go a little bit deeper. No man or woman has authority over you in this world unless you agree to it. Outside of your mama and your daddy. No human being have authority over you unless you agree to give them that authority. I don't care how high the stage is or how high up the pulpit is and how many people that they got behind them that believe in them and trust them. If you don't agree to give up your authority, dominion, and rule, then y'all is on equal grounds. But the problem is they think the world of themselves. They think of themselves as God on earth. And you think of yourself as not too much or nothing. But this has been done to you on purpose. So your law was invalidated and your law was discredited because it came from you. They was trying to get rid of you. They was trying to find a way to take your power and scatter you. They was trying to find a way that they could lawfully dominate you. And according to your laws, they couldn't do that. So they had to get rid of, you had to get rid of your laws so that you would no longer have a law. So now that they can enslave you and they can scatter you and they can dominate you and won't be in violation of no laws. Because see, they're going to write into their laws that they can do this to you lawfully. And you won't have nothing in your laws to contradict that because you don't have a law no more because you let them convince you that your law was similar to their religion because their religion is low vibe. And your law was here. And they got you in your mind to bring your law all the way down to the same level as their religion, to say you didn't need it no more. And at that moment, you cease to be a nation, and they could do with your people whatever they saw fit. And they haven't stopped yet. But more and more of our people are starting to wake up in the understanding the law was not a religion. That's what the fake, phony, false call themselves Jews in the religion of Judaism. Because they put that ism on it. That ism is pimping, baby. So they put that ism on there to let you know they something like it. And they practicing a similitude of it, but they not the real deal. That's how do you know? Because they made it a low vibe thing as a religion. But the law was to govern the nation. It didn't have to do with you believe whatever you want to believe. The law was to govern the nation, and the nation is governed according to these laws, just like the nation you live in. Christianity don't save nobody. Christianity got people deaf, dumb, and blind. They waiting on their savior to come from outside of them. Your savior is already in you. So if you waiting on Christ to return, that's how I know you don't have no understanding. Because you waiting on somebody to return that's already in you. But you don't know where the kingdom is, so you looking for something to come out the sky because your pastor didn't teach you the difference between the kingdom and heaven. So the heavens, that's the sky. The kingdom is within you though. So are you looking for it to come from the kingdom, or do you want it to come from heaven? Because it's a lot of stuff been placed in the heavens that ain't necessarily part of the kingdom no more. You didn't know that either, huh? So I don't know what you waiting on to come out the sky, but if you orient yourself according to the kingdom which is in you, that would make end up, and then that would make the sky below you. So you waiting on something to come from the bottomless pit, as it was prophesied. Because you're not going to accept what comes from the kingdom. You see what comes from the kingdom as miraculous, holy, good, and right. Because you come from the kingdom and they told you wasn't nothing. You were born. See, a lot of y'all don't understand the Bible because you got the Bible backwards. You learned the Bible from what's called the gospel. You did not learn the Bible, you learned the doctrine. So if you learn the Bible, you'll understand Genesis chapter 126 is describing a birth process that we can all objectively relate to. Each and every one of us that have had children, each and every one of us that is the child of someone is in the likeness and image of our parents, signaling how we were born. But when you get to Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, Adam wasn't born, y'all. Adam was made from the dust of the ground, and then the breath of life was breathed into him. I say this every time I go live. A body without the breath of life in it is a dead body. That's where Adam started from, death. He was dead, and then the body got animated. That's not where we come from. We were born. Were you born? Or were you constructed and animated? Which one? How did you get here? Speaking objectively. Because if you can identify that you was formed from the dust of the ground and breath was breathed into you, then you come from Adam. You can identify that you were born, and this witnesses to your birth. You were born in the likeness and image of your parents. Then we talking about Genesis 1:26 for us, but we dealing with people in this world that wasn't born. Adam wasn't born. Okay, y'all still not understanding what I'm saying. I'm gonna read it one more time. And God said, "Let us make man." Let us. So when you and your woman, God, hey God, when you and your woman, y'all are that baby's God. Y'all are the power that give this baby. So when you and your woman, y'all gonna say, "Let us make a baby," and the baby gonna look like you and gonna act like me. That's the same process that's being described to you in Genesis chapter 1:26. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, and the Lord God made, hold on. Verse 7, the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So he formed a body out of the dirt. Ain't no life in it, so it's dead. It's dead. So I got to animate this corpse. I got a corpse in front of me because you know the Lord, he's the God of the dead. Let the dead bury it. Yeah, see, this come from Egypt. When you talk about the double crown, I asked you, hey man, you should go read the Egyptian book of the dead if you really want to understand the Bible, because the Bible quote from it. The Bible take from it. This is what you're dealing with. So you got one that's dealing with the living, the light, and then the light that govern the darkness. This is considered the God of the dead, except your ancestors didn't consider one evil. They were just both parts of life. One is this side of life, one is the other side of life. Neither one was considered evil. They were just parts of life. And instruction was given how to navigate each part of life. Because we know, and before they came with the fear mongering and the fear tactics, we know that when the apple falls from the tree, that the tree ain't being punished or the apple ain't being punished. We know that the apple have to fall from the tree because you come from a family tree, baby. I'm sorry. But the apple must fall from the tree in order for the lineage of the trees to continue. Because the seeds are in the apple, and this is how the tree spread its lineage. The apple must fall. So what you call death is a rebirth process, and regenerating, replenish the earth. Because, eternity looked like regeneration. Infinity looked like regeneration. But we dealing with infinite energy, and we have laws that govern energy. Yeah, you can't get away from it. That's how you know who and what you're dealing with, by the way it moves. If it move according to its circuit, if it move according to its order, you know what set it in place and what made it move like that. And then if it move chaotic and it ain't no order, you know what you dealing with is the absence of order. Chaos is the absence of order. Order is an attribute of light. The law is what set things in order. Because we deal with a kingdom, and it's not a kingdom of chaotic energy. The energy is ordered in such a way that it regenerates infinitely. Or you can have the type of energy that end up dissipating because it's chaos and it's been put into nothing and it goes into nothing. Wasted energy. We don't waste energy in the kingdom. We bring it back so that nothing is wasted. And it's put in evidence in nature in front of you that the law of energy is always in play. That's how you know it's a light. You say the law is a light because order is an attribute of light, and it's the law that bring order to the body. That's why your body only move a certain way. Taking extension from the body, you talking about a nation. The nation is the body. Can't have a nation without governance. If not, then the arm gonna move the wrong way and the arm gonna break, and once the arm break, the rest of the body throw it off too. We dealing with the governance, but I can't. So I'm gonna take my time and tell you that you a star, but not the stars. You brighter than the stars that they see in the sky. See, your star is here. In your life, you experience life just like how the stars move in circles and cycles. That's how your life is, in circles and cycles. Just like the stars signify different seasons, events in your life signify different seasons you about to go through, but you have to learn yourself. You can't come tell me, listen to me. It's not about whether or not you know Jesus. It's about whether or not you know you. Even a demon can tell you about Jesus, y'all. A demon can tell you about Jesus better than your favorite pastor could. But it didn't say, we're not looking for people to have a testimony about a certain person. We looking to see if you have the same testimony. Like when you, wherever you go, you get mocked and ridiculed. You get hated where you go for no reason, even though you ain't done nobody no harm. When you speak, you help people to understand and you help people to hear different. That's causing the blind to see and the deaf to hear. This is the testimony that you will have. You're going to have a type of testimony that let it be known who and what you are. Because if Satan is the God of this world, and when you show up as light with the light, guess how you're going to be treated? I said, if the God of this world is Satan, and you show up representing the father and the mother, and you show up with the light of the mother and the father in you, on you, working through you, guess how you're going to be perceived? It's going to be a testimony attached with your existence that ain't nobody else going to have. Because when we come through, we don't eat the same, we don't speak the same, we don't see the same. And now we coming into letting it be known. It's an obvious difference between us and the imposters. It is obvious. Because we don't got to come up in here and practice reciting no lies. We just telling you objective experience. I'm sharing with you revelation. I don't have to make nothing up. I just have to relate to you my experience. If it resonate with you, it's because the sound of truth is what you are recognizing and familiar with. The truth have a certain tone to it and a certain feel, and you know the truth when you hear it. Let me look at these comments because I know the title got some people riled up when I tell you Christianity don't save you. You're not being saved from not being a Christian. If that's what you think is going on, you haven't been taught. You have no understanding, and we looking at your pastor and your preacher is the reason why. It's not your fault. Listen, they take advantage of your nature. Your nature is to accept the word of authority figures coming from your mother and your father. You were a child, your mom and your daddy told you something, you accepted that as law, as concrete, whatever. If they told you it was pink elephants with purple polka dots, it was 100 because it came from them. So what your enemy does is try to present himself to you as if he was an authority figure. He does this by the way he dresses, the raised platform that he stands on, in the presentation, in the buildup of getting ready to hear the speaker speak. He's in a position of authority. And now the part of the buildup was getting you already ready to accept what he had to say. So this authority figure. So you was already nodding your head and rocking in agreement before he started speaking, because that's why they did the song service first. The song service is to program your mind because it's a form of entertainment. Entertainment mean to hold the mind, and you being entertained. They call it worship, but you're being entertained. And as you rock back and forth and you nod your head in agreement, you're prepping your mind to accept whatever the perceived authority figure is about to present. So by the time he get on that platform, on that stage, you already open and ready to believe as true and right anything he say, because he set that up. That's what you're dealing with. You being taken advantage of. You're dealing with ignorant teachers that's opening up law books and presenting these laws to you as if they were a religion that people believed in, and this is how they worship their God. No, that would be the same as somebody coming across the Bill of Rights and saying this must be how the Americans worship their God. This must have been their 10 commandments that they follow in the worship of their God. But those of us that know now, that's the law. That's not the religion of the people. That's the law of the people. But you have these same fake, phony, false, ignorant preachers that'll pick up the law book and read it to you like it's a religion and tell you you're not part of that religion no more. What do that have to do with the law? What do your religion have to do with the law of the United States today? The law must be applied to you whether you're a Christian, Jew, or Muslim, Baptist, Methodist, Lutheran. The law must be applied and interpreted for you and applied to you, regardless of your religion. But when you deal with this Bible, because of the connotation and the brainwashing and the mind jiggling they done with you, when you see law here, you think religion. But they putting in your face how you used to have a nation of people, a very powerful nation of people, a very influential nation of people, and they showing you how they got rid of your nation. And they're getting you to co-sign it and say it's good. So all over your neighborhood, you got all these different denominations, but all the pastors meet up at the same Masonic lodge. Let that marinate on your brain as you go through your neighborhood and as you start observing, instead of just looking at your neighborhood, and you start observing your neighborhood, you see on every corner, it's a different denomination. What do they have in common? All the pastors meet up at the same lodge. What you think been going on this whole time? This awakening that's happening. What you think is going on? See, you can't convert me to Christianity and Sunday still is the most segregated day in the country. You can't convert me to your religion and you still have all of these messes that your religion has created. You don't even want to be held accountable for. All of the racism, the KKK, the terrorism, the genocide, the greed. See, until you restore what you've taken in the name of Jesus, don't tell me about your religion. Until you restore what you stole, till you pay back what you took, I don't need to join nothing you got going. Because you ain't even fixed the problems that you caused. You won't even be held accountable for the problems that you cause. All the racism that you foster in the name of Jesus. You won't even fix that. It's a lot of Christians that's on here when Black Jesus came. Boy, you couldn't, it was a line of unmelanated people trying to debunk Black Jesus. Them same unmelanated people that was the first in line to debunk Black Jesus, man, say the whole time YT Jesus been on the scene, they been silent. So you've been using your religion to hide your racism. And until you can accept and be held accountable for the atrocities that your religion has perpetuated in this world, I would suggest instead of trying to convert people, you go about trying to fix all the flaws and the problem that you cause because of your religion. How about you do that? How about Black and white Christians worship together on Sundays and let us see you doing that? And then we might believe you what you're talking about. But right now, you got the Black Baptist Church and the White Baptist Church. You got the Black Church of Christ and the White Church of Christ. And this is how y'all worship your gods. But you tell us we need your religion. But your religion can't fix the problem that you've caused for yourself. You can't even fix that, but you gonna fix me? You can't even save your religion, what you got going on within it. You don't even have an agreement among yourself of what a Christian is. But we need to join you in this confusion. Sound like, look like, feel like you got a lot of confusion going on, but you call it a religion. That's why we put the law above the confusion that you practice. Because we understand when we really gonna get into what law is, we know that the law must be applied to the people regardless of their religion. So let me show you the wisdom of our people. This is how we did it. We knew that everybody that was a part of our nation wouldn't have the same religious beliefs. So what we did was we got our law and we said that we're gonna apply our law to you as if you were the most pious observant of our religion. That you got the benefit of the doubt on your side, even if you don't believe in none of this. When we apply the law to you, we're going to apply the law to you as you believed it, but that you were the best in carrying out the tenets of it. And the doubt was going to be on us to prove or disprove what you had done or didn't do. That's why we required at least 2 witnesses. At least 2. When we deal with the common law among the common people and accusations, and you got to have the same testimony because we seeking justice. We not seeking conversion to a religion. We are governing a nation. I don't know what your pastor got going on, but he may need to put that law book down if he not qualified to interpret or apply the law. He may need to do that. Stick to his beliefs and what he believe in. Because law is dealing with what you know. It ain't no belief when we deal with law. So that's why your religion run from it. Because they want you to stay on believing fairy tale patty cake. They don't want to have to apply the law to it because it won't hold up if you do. Your witnesses don't corroborate each other. They contradict each other in too many places for them to be credible eyewitnesses. But you're an eyewitness to your own life, ain't you, pastor, preacher? But why you telling me about somebody you wouldn't recognize if he ran up on you? Your testimony about yourself should match up with the testimony that we're looking for if you tell us about how you know yourself and who and what you are. Can't tell us that because you looking between that woman's legs in the front. She got them big old legs. She wear that short skirt and you looking between her legs and you waiting to pass collection plate around and wondering who gonna cook after the service. It's all entertainment. Nobody's learning anything about the book, but you're being more and more indoctrinated into what you believe. Christianity don't save. Light save. Let me tell you what save. Light save. What you being saved from? You being saved from the dark. You are the light of the world. Let's say it one more time for the people that don't get it. I know you've been told you ain't nothing. Look at our skin. They told us it was awful and ugly. Look at this hair. They said it was nappy and kinky. You are the light of the world. What you being saved from the dark? How you get saved from the dark? With light. You are the light of the world. What you being saved from the dark? How you get saved from the dark? With light. You are the light of the world. Somebody gonna get it in a little bit. I don't know how long it's gonna take you. Light saves, not religious beliefs. What is light? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You got to know. None of the component of light have anything to do with what you believe. Light is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He don't got nothing to do with what you believe. You are the light of the world. You are the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the world. You are the originators. You need to know who you are, because you're trying to tell my people to believe in somebody you don't even know and can't prove existed. But you exist, don't you? So how about you give a testimony? So when you understand that the name is Yahshua, I am salvation, the anointed one. You need to make the confession. How can I say I am salvation, the anointed one? I'm the light of the world. I just know who I am. I know what I'm here to do. And I know in Satan's world how I'm going to be perceived. And the proof of who I am is when I pull up, you're going to hate me. You're going to mock me. You're going to ridicule me. You're going to tag me even though I've done you no harm and don't know you personally. Because of where we are. Not only do I know who I am, what I'm here to do, I know where I am. Don't get mad at me because you don't. I know which way up is. It's in here. Don't get mad at me because you think it's this way. It's up here. Not up there. It's up here. That's down there. But you know, you in upside down backwards land. So you used to doing everything upside down and backwards. That's why we have to come out of the darkness into the light. The light was first, but we in upside down backwards land. So we got to come out the darkness into the light. You waiting on somebody to return that's already in you. You are who you waiting on to return, the real you. We waiting on the real you to wake up and present yourself to the world. I am salvation, the anointed one, because you know who you are. I just said the name. Jesus Christ is I am salvation, the anointed one in English. For those that get all shook up and you think it's about the titles and the name that you know in the alphabet that you recognize, but you still don't know how to read signs, even though they be in front of you and you don't know which way up here, and you picking up law books with no understanding of law, trying to apply it as if it's a religion, and the result is everybody that listen to you come out more ignorant than they were before they came in. So yeah, man, I had to do my little old thing today and celebrate the finding me and my son finding each other again. Y'all, I appreciate that, everybody that's on here listening. So yeah, they gonna try to. And right now I'm looking at questions and comments because I know the title got some people riled up, and there's some people right now. Before I do that, Medusa is in the comments. What we doing is we coming together. We do community gardens where I'm at. I'm in Dallas, Texas. We do community gardens. We do giveaways for the people. But what we also working on is coming together as a group and buying us some land and developing that land. We not coming together as a group of religious people. We not coming together to protest and bitch and boo-hoo to the government. We coming together to see our own needs as a bunch of people that's tired of playing patty cake with the system. Cause you know the cost of everything keep going up. So we say the only way we can keep paying these landlords is if we get our own land and we build us some homes on our land. That way we don't got to pay nobody no rent. We might have to pay some property taxes, but we ain't paying nobody no rent. We can work with the law about how to get out of that. But we want solutions. Cause we saying when we get to quit paying rent, when you own the land that your house is on. When you gonna come together and get you some land instead of coming together and taking a cruise? I'm just saying. Having an asset. Is it the work that scare you? I don't know what it is. But this is what we are doing. Because we want to see to our own needs, and we also want to see to the needs of the people around us without having to go through the government or this system to meet our needs or the needs of the people around us. Us coming together is what's going to meet our needs. Not a million men to come march on Washington, but a million men to come together and build our own community. So once again, my shirt say District Hub. I'm going to read what it means to the people in the back that's waiting on somebody to come out the sky and save them and keep them from having to pay rent ever again. I'm going to read what my shirt say because I speak in signs, not just in words. But if you can't read signs, you're going to miss all the signs I put in front of you, and all you're going to be able to hear is the King James alphabet I'm speaking. So the word district hub, I'm going to read the definition again because this is what I represent every time I speak. I'm going to read it. District hub is, it's a place where entrepreneurs work together, collaborate, and form a community. Their influence is sometimes so great that they make cities where they are installed in leading entrepreneurship centers. So they're saying that where we congregate and what we doing is going to be so influential that other people that want to do the same thing we doing is going to come to where we at and check out what we set down so they can go do it themselves. Establish a community, get us some land. I'm talking about, see, I used to want to buy cars and jewelry, and you go see some of my old video, you might see a little bit of that stuff. But then I say, with the awakening came a little bit of practicality. I say, man, if we bought the machines, if we spent the money to buy sewing machines and machines that make shoes, we could make our own shoes and shirts and clothes, and we can make them according to the standards of the quality that we like. And because we own the machine, we not worried about having to make it for profit. We can make it according to need because we don't have to pay nobody for the use of the equipment. We already own it because we went and bought us equipment instead of buying cars, clothes, and jewelry and taking trips on these people's ships that we don't own. So everything we start making the move, we own everything that is ours. Now I'm not looking for a profit and I'm looking to see to my needs off of this. So I can make better quality shirts because I'm not in a time crunch. I got to make this many and I got to sell this much. I don't have to do that. I can concentrate on the quality of my shirt. And the quality of my shirt is going to be so good that I made for my need that other people are going to see it and they're going to want some because of the quality. And then the wealth of the nation is going to be brought to your feet because what you produce as a community to see to your needs, the way that you produced it is going to be of a quality that the people that's doing it for profit can't reach. It's all, I'm not talking nothing fairy tale. Mic check, my live will end in 57. We have detected inactivity during your live. Say, y'all, it's 80-something people in here. And they say ain't no activity. I'm talking about the comment section steady going, but they saying it's not enough activity. I don't know what they want y'all to prove. I guess y'all supposed to be jumping up and down, jogging in place while I talk for there can be some activity going on. I don't know what's wrong with them. But we not finna keep going through this. I'm finna get out for here. But what I'm saying is this. The solution is in us coming together and working together. And what's going to bring us together beyond our religious ideologies is law. That way, under the law, you can practice whatever religion you want to practice, believe whatever you want to believe in. Same thing you do in the law of this land. That's what bind us. It's what make us a nation, a community, a village. And the way that we coming together, we doing it as a group. We purchasing the land as a group. That way the group own it. Everybody that's a part of the group, that's who the owners are. And everything that's produced and developed on that land, guess who own it? The group. So this is what we're doing. Looking to see to our own needs outside of this system by us coming together, pooling our resources and doing what need to be done. We've been given examples around us. I personally volunteered at different villages, different communities where people came together, buying land, doing for themselves and others. It's not advertised. They don't never advertise and promote revolutionary activities that come from the grassroots and the people. They'll present to you a potential leader through their television set, and they'll give you a leader and make it seem like he's a leader, but the real leadership that's going on ground levels, you're not going to see on their broadcast. You will think it's not even going on if you getting your information from them, because they'll never put a spotlight on it. But trust and know indeed it's happening, and in more places than here. They just keep that quiet. They want you to know about stuff that's gonna cause you anxiety and to be fearful. But the stuff that we're doing and see to our own needs, they don't speak on that. That's why they say the revolution ain't gonna be televised. By the time you hear about it and they start speaking about it on the news, it's because they don't have a choice. But left up to them, you will never hear about our efforts out here on the ground. Please. They want you to stay dependent on them for your livelihood and your information and your soul salvation. They gave you a religion. They gave you a job. They gave you days of the week that you practice and you perform your job on, didn't they? You don't got to think about nothing for yourself, do you? I put a call in to Mr. Drysdale to get a loan to buy a place and build. Get at Medusa. Medusa, I'm a face. Everybody has a face. I'm a face. It's a body behind me that you can't see. The body that's organizing is female, feminine. I'm directing you to Medusa on here because she is the organizer and administrator of our group. She is the one that sets stuff in order. We gather material and bring it to her, and she set it in order and bring it out in a way that we can get practical about going about acquiring what it is we trying to do. So it's some women behind the scenes that's doing the administrative work. I'm just a spokesperson. So when I ask you to get at Medusa, if you want to contribute and be a part of, I'm just letting you know I'm in divine order with this thing. That's all. We know who should be in what position to do what. The face. Everybody has a face. But yeah, y'all get at her if you want to contribute, if you want to help out and be a part of what we building. We've been building it and it's been growing. So we got a lot of stuff we just share amongst us in the group as we continue. Cause this part of it is just for people to get an understanding of why we doing it. Cause you're not gonna, every day that you go out and the gas went up, you take a pay cut. Every day you go to the grocery store and the price of commodities have gone up, you take a pay cut. And it don't got nothing to do with you being lazy or not doing your job. It have to do with the people that's in charge of your currency. And currency is a type of energy exchange. We saying quit wasting your energy where you ain't gonna see a return on it. Put your energy to see to your own needs with your own people. That way your labor, you get to live off your labor. Your labor gonna keep paying you. When you put stuff in the ground and when you build the house, once the house is built, that house is going to keep paying you. Because you living in it, you can rent it out. The food that you put into the ground, those crops, they keep paying you. Where you at, you doing it backwards. You got to keep grinding and working to benefit them, and then you get your labor don't benefit you because the dollars that you get in exchange for your labor, you are not in control of, and they are depreciating in value. Your land won't depreciate in value because you living on it. You eating off of it. You got you a trailer, you put you some sewing machines to make you shoes and clothes, and now you making your clothes and shoes out of it. Now you can send some shoes and clothes to single mothers that's still in the system, that's sending their kids back to school. You sending it to them. And you didn't even have no money. You just had the means to make what she needed. Oh, where we gonna get the material from? We got the ground. Man, we growing cotton. Why we can't grow cotton? We got machines to make clothes and shoes. It would behoove us to grow us some cotton. That way we integrate it vertically. That's what they call being vertically integrated. You don't have to go outside of your community to meet any of your needs. We talking about building for that. No religion, no. We not finna go protest to no Democrats or Republican. We just gonna see to our own needs, and we're gonna have an abundance that we can see to the needs of other people around us. Because money won't be the issue. That won't be the why or what of it. What do the people need? People need food, healthy food. Okay, we're gonna grow it. They need clothes that's gonna last them where they don't have to keep running back and forth to these stores buying this cheap stuff. But we gonna make good quality shirts and pants and clothes that's gonna last the people for years. This is what we own. Cause we know who we are. We know what we are. We know where we are. And we know that we are the light of the world. And if we know how to demonstrate it and let our light shine, we also know what come with it. With that, I'm finna get up out real water already. I'm glad to say all praise be to the Most High. For everybody that done joined me, listening to me, done contributed. Man, I appreciate the support. Peace, light, and love, good health, and high vibes to you and yours. Medusa, peace, divine feminine queen. Y'all get at her. She is indeed a true queen, and she is helping us get this thing together. And we couldn't have it going without her holding it together and organize it and putting the pieces together. So you got to give praise where it's due, give recognition, excuse me, where it's due. Peace, divine feminine queen, and we thank you so much. I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.